Hello my friends, welcome back to All Things Creative. I'm Colombia Gesha and we're doing another feature for Daily Drink Mag, and we're trying something new. We've written about this before in Daily Drink, but we have not yet done a video on it, so I thought it would be a good idea to do a video on it, and that is drip bags. And this one in particular is from the Good Cup. They sent us this, so thank you to the Good Cup. And the reason why I wanted to do a video on this particular drip bag is because it is a competition series drip bag. So it's funny, they sent us this and they sent us a few other ones, and maybe we'll do videos of those as well, because after doing the drip, we will taste it. And this one is a Colombia Paraiso experimental processed geisha. So geisha, if you don't know, is one of the most popular or one of the most famous for being some of the best coffees in the world, one of the best varietals in the world. So the Colombia Paraiso, very world renowned as well, not just for being a geisha, but particularly the Colombia Paraiso. Let's see how this works out. Now, I do know that the Good Cup does nitrogen flush their drip bags, and with my experience with drip bags in the past, I've tried a number from around the world, that nitrogen flush does make all the difference. So let's see how it tastes. On the back, you have the label, and it says country and farm Paraiso. Region is Cauca, Popayan, and the producers Diego Bermudez. 72-hour experimental anaerobic fermentation. Varietal is Gesha, and the harvest date is 2020, so it's a relatively new Gesha as well. It's from this year's harvest. And then they have a date here that says 2021, 8/23. So they're pretty confident. They're saying that this can hold for a whole year, or I guess around 11 months, because right now is October, September, about 10 months. But it doesn't say the roast date, so that's unusual. And then it has here the instructions. It says tear, pull it out, brew it 150 ml on the coffee grounds, and then remove the filter when it has dripped completely. Now, it doesn't say a few steps here that I've learned works well for drip bags. The first one is to let it sit low and let the coffee steep just a little bit inside the cup. So that's why we aren't using a range server, because we want a cup where when we put that amount of water into it, the bag will actually sit down into that water just a little bit. So without further ado, let's try this out. So I'm gonna cut it. I'm not gonna tear. I'm gonna cut it. Smells like geisha. Wow. So on the nose, it says here notes of white chocolate, grapes, vanilla, and cocoa. On the nose, the white chocolate is there right away, and then a red grape. Cocoa, it's more white chocolate than cocoa, but I do taste it there. I do smell it there. And here's the bag. That's what it looks like. And it's sealed here on the top. So here on the instructions, it says pull out, and you pull it by these little arms. So we'll pull out the arms like so, and the whole thing will sit on the cup like that. Now, we pulled it out, but the top hasn't opened yet, so I'm just gonna go ahead and open that. Oh, you rip it. Okay, got it. Oh, maybe this is the part that they're saying you're supposed to tear. Yeah, this is the part that you're supposed to tear. Okay, now I understand. So you rip this bit off. This is slightly different from some of the other drip bags that I've seen in the past. All right, and then inside you have your coffee. I don't know if you can see that in the camera. So you have the coffee. It's already ground. And now we're gonna brew. So I will reset my timer, reset the scale, but let's go. All right. So the question is, do we bloom the coffee? And if you guys know me, you know that I say that you bloom a coffee if it blooms. This is a relatively fresh coffee for a drip bag. I think that this is just a couple of days or weeks old, rather, considering that they say that it can last till August of next year. but there is a little bit of bloom, so I'm just gonna let that sit till 30 seconds. I put 28 grams of water in, and now I'm going to put probably to about 100, and you can actually see it seeping out of the bag already. I'm gonna stop at 100 just because the bag's pretty full and it's holding a lot of weight. So this is what I was talking about earlier, where the bag needs to sit inside the coffee and kind of just let it seep, and it kind of holds it all in place. And what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna wait a couple of seconds before I pour the rest of the 50 ml. So I waited until 90 seconds, and now I'm gonna try and pour the rest of that 50 ml into the bag. And that's it. We're gonna let it go down, draw down, and then I'm gonna let it sit for a few seconds after it's gone down. So as you can see, this is what I was saying earlier, the bag steeps inside the cup. I'll turn it a little bit so that you can see that. And I've gotten the best results this way. I learned this tip from Matt McLaughlin over at Common Man Coffee Roasters, who also makes, they also make these drip bags. And Matt seemed to have quite a bit of experience with it. So I listened to him absolutely. And their drip bag has been one of the best ones that I've had so far. But it was a regular Ethiopia, or a pretty good Ethiopia coffee. It was no geisha, right? So now we'll find out if this is pretty good. Now I did brew at 93 degrees. The intention for a cup like this is usually that it'll be in a place where you don't have access to a great kettle and very hot water or temperature control. But just for the sake of science, we did it at 93 degrees. All right, so that's 3 minutes, and I'm gonna pull out the bag and just let it drip down, everything that's in there. And we have brewed. The scale says 122, but I'm actually not sure if that's all of the coffee. I'm gonna move it into another container just so we can see how much coffee we got out in our yield. So we have our Colita Jug 100, 400, and I'm just gonna put that there and tear the scale. Let me see it. And then hopefully I can pour this pretty successfully. I'll do it over the sink just to be sure. Ooh, it's hot. All right, so that is 132 ml of coffee. So yeah, I think my math is pretty good. So we got about double the weight of the coffee absorbed in water, in liquid. So it was 10 grams, it absorbed 20 grams or ml of water, and then our result is that we had 132 ml of liquid. So let's taste it. Okay, so the three of us are here tasting this drip bag of coffee. There's some distance between us. And let's taste it. Bright grape, white chocolate.
This is crazy.
It's crazy, right? It's kind of crazy. It's crazy for a drip bag.
Yes.
For a drip bag, it's crazy.
Nanibago.
We've done a lot. We've done a surprising lot with Geisha over the last few weeks. Thank you again to Gio and the Good Cup for supporting us and sending us this stuff. This might be one of the more eye-opening ones.
Yes, yeah.
The Colombia Gesha was ridiculous as an espresso. I'm kind of upset that we didn't get a video of that because that was really that was a mind-blowing geisha to have as espresso. But this El Paraiso, as far as a pour over goes in general,
Yes.
this is kind of crazy.
They want to give you like this kind of coffee to be like a normal drink.
Yeah, they want you to drink this coffee on the go.
Yeah.
Right? Like, yeah, I have geisha in my pocket.
Yes.
That's kind of crazy. Just so that we're all on the same page, I'm gonna look up the price because I actually don't know the price. As I said, they sent this over. The drip packs. This was the Colombia El Paraiso. Their drip packs start at 35 pesos.
This one is 35.
No. Wait. 35 pesos for a Colombian Nariño. And then they have, they actually have a bunch. But this one is a Paraiso. You guess how much? 10 grams.
90.
90 pesos.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good price.
Yeah, that's what actually I'm thinking na if you have that price for the geisha, it's good. You don't need a server, you don't need another filter.
Yeah, it's kind of democratizing geisha.
Yes.
So that everyone can have it. Yeah, this is kind of crazy. I don't think I've ever seen a drip bag geisha before.
Same.
So if you want to taste it, this is probably the most affordable way to taste the geisha.
Yeah.
Like, if you're gonna order any other coffee from the Good Cup, right? You're already gonna pay for delivery, or you'll get 2 bags and the free delivery. Get one of these already, because it's worth trying for just 90 pesos. One of the best coffees in the world.
Yeah.
Like, hands down.
It's like way back before, if you drink geisha like it's a cafe like 800, 600 pesos.
Yeah,
And
I paid in Hong Kong. I think I paid 1,300 for 1 cup of geisha.
right?
Right. Of course, in Hong Kong, you're also paying for the real estate. You're drinking in Soho.
And then right now, no one's serving geisha in a coffee shop.
That's right. Actually, if you're a cafe, right? If you're a coffee shop, you can actually have just a few of these sitting around because apparently it's good for a year or for 10 months. You can have a bunch of these sitting around. Cost you 900 pesos just to have it sitting around, and then if people buy it, then you prepare it. It's not a bad idea. It's an idea. It's not a great idea, but it's not a bad idea. All right, so that's about it for our drip pack of Geisha El Colombia Paraiso 720 hour experimental process. So 720 hours is 10. It's a month. That's a month, right? That's 30 days anaerobic fermentation. Very interesting. All right, thank you so much for watching. You can follow at KO Kosha on Instagram. You can follow Dave on Facebook, Dave Dorsey, and
Hunter Park on Instagram,
Hunter-
HNTRPRK.
And we're the guys who are having coffee here every day in Honeycomb. So follow Honeycomb Manila as well. We are doing our t-shirt giveaway. We managed to cross 600 subscribers over the weekend. So we will be drawing the winners this week for our t-shirt giveaway. So stay tuned for that. If you haven't joined the competition yet, you still can. And if you don't make it into the draw for the 600 subscriber count, then you'll get into the one for the 700 where we'll have another giveaway. And then I just talked to our t-shirt producer and we should have that ready to go either this week or next. So if you won in our previous giveaways, thank you for your patience. We'll be sending you a DM real soon and get those mailing addresses ready. All right, wish you good luck, wish you great coffee, wish you good health. Peace.